Button, and I'm hoping it records the audio, man. All right. So, okay, cool. So, for everyone who doesn't know, this is Dan. He was client one. Been around for quite some time now. We have a good relationship. Love his progress and everything that I'm seeing. So, what I'm going to do, like I told you, I'm just going to ask you, I just got 5 questions for you. That's it. So, the first question is, what motivated you to seek out coaching? And then why did you end up choosing my program over others if you were shopping others?
Okay. Why? So, I feel like, a lot of things in my life, like I plan out and research and do and everything. And I was like, I'm not an expert at fitness. Like maybe I can like let go of controlling everything and find someone who is. So yeah, looking through like, who to contact and whatever. I felt like to me, like I think I already told you, I wanted somebody who was it wasn't gonna be like some kind of cookie cutter program that people have been using for years, and this guy just does this. Like I knew you were sort of new starting out doing it, so I wanted to like grow with somebody who was growing. That was like a first aspect for me. I think always like you go to the gym and you see somebody with like a great body and you wish you could be like, oh, I wish that guy could tell me what he was doing, but like who's really going to do that? And then like via like into the Instagram, like you're able to do that. Like so
Right.
that's what it was. Like I liked your aesthetic. Hopefully, like if I did your program, I would gain it myself. And then
Yeah.
I liked the fact that like you weren't like at a robotic phase in your training career that you're like still figuring it out. You're not just like you care, like you're trying to make it grow. So that's what appealed to me.
That's awesome. I do try to care. The feeling that I got going through, getting in shape and what's done for me is, why I get so excited when you tell me about how it makes you feel, or, your coworkers telling you, you look, your arms are big, all that stuff. Awesome. Because I felt that all at one point too. So that's cool. Right on. Okay, I love that. What specific changes or results have you noticed since starting the program?
Specific changes. Like so like I think I guess I said before, like initially, like getting out of the shower and seeing a reflection, you're like, I don't want to look at this. Why would I want anybody else to look at this?
Right.
And I feel like it's 6 months, 7 months, however long it's been. I feel like pretty quickly, like within 2 months or 3 months, there was like noticeable change to be like, wow, like I'm looking way better. Like I'm not going to be on the cover of a magazine right now, but like I personally feel it, and like obviously that's the most important person. I think anybody is how you feel about yourself. So seeing the change myself was great, but then like going into like work or like having people who hadn't seen me in a little bit of time making comments, suddenly you feel like $1 million. And part of it, like you almost like and again, I didn't do this program and announce to the world I'm about to start training and like this so that I would get like the sympathy. Oh, you look great, man. Like you're killing it at the gym. Like I did it like on the download just because I wanted to do something for me. Like also, if I didn't follow through, nobody knew and I was failing. But
Right.
like I wanted to keep it on the down low. So the fact that like I'm getting like unsolicited like comments, not like I cut my hair, do you like it? Like people are just noticing on their own. So yeah, that just and part of it I feel like am I being punked, but I do like I love it and it's great because I'm
Yeah.
getting it from like all over the place. So
That's
those
cool.
are
Yeah. Not you don't have to fish for compliments. They're just coming right at you.
right,
That's
right,
awesome. That's cool. Because yeah, I mean, people noticing is the biggest factor, at least for me, I
right,
thought, right? That's what initially did it for me. Like that.
right,
Whoever that girl was back in college, whatever she said to me, like made me
right.
keep going in the gym. I don't remember her name. So sorry. But
And it's weird because like not getting compliments on a regular basis my whole life. It's so weird. It's like you're like, how do I react to this? Like, what do I thank you? Like,
it's
it's just
crazy what
weird.
it does for the brain and how you
Yeah.
feel about yourself. And so that goes to the next question is how those changes and how the program how has that impacted your confidence and your overall mindset today?
Right. Yeah, I think that there's just more situations that I like walk into where like I'm less intimidated. Like I'm more inclined to like speak up or like confront a situation that maybe like I would have backed away from. But now I'm just like, in life in general, also in the gym, like I know for sure, like prior to having like a scheduled regimented program that I'm following, on a daily basis, if I'm going to do chest today and I would go to the gym and like if someone was using what I was using, I would just like skip it. Like I'm like, I'll do that later or I'll come back to it. Like I wasn't like gonna just wait or can I work in with you? Like I'm just more like I feel like I'm confident and I'm capable in the gym. So
Okay.
like I don't feel like oh if I work in with this guy, he's gonna think I suck. Like I'm like, it is what it is. Like I'm doing my my movements and I'm gonna go on with my life. So just in all aspects, I'm a little bit more assertive and I'm like, I don't know.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's
it's
huge.
No, I know.
That's really cool.
And even more so, it's like I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, maybe it's some of his coincidence, I don't know, but like no one ever is like historically, can I work in or how many more sets? Like people just ignored me in the past. But now it's more that's happening more often. And
Okay.
I'm like, are they like acknowledging that I know what I'm doing? Like they don't
That's
like
because
it's kind of weird.
that's because you look confident in there.
Right.
That's because you now know what you're doing. And
Right.
so I imagine people don't feel the insecurity of being like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. I don't really know if I want to deal with that. They want to do it. So they just work with
Right.
you, which is awesome. So like that's cool. That first thing you said, being less intimidated by, situations and so forth, like that is a huge game changer. Like what that can do for you going forward. And like that mindset's only going to build and build and build. Like nothing's
100%.
gonna intimidate.
100%.
That's awesome.
Like even like these like the first call with you, like I was like, oh God, like this is what my house is gonna go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. Huge change.
Yeah, I also, sometimes I get the feel that I can be like this initially, like intimidating person as well. So like for you to come on a call, and to have to talk to me, and I'm not, I don't think I'm intimidating
Well, now I know that.
guy, right? Yeah, and so it's cool to see that mindset switch. That's awesome. Um, okay, what aspects of the program or my coaching style like do you find most effective?
Like, well, I mean, I think a lot of the things that I struggle with going into was like not having a like you go to the gym and you think, all right, I'm gonna like you print out this piece of paper and say I'm gonna do this today, and then you try to figure out what you're doing, and then like you write a note on it, and then the next time you go back, you're like, how many set, what weight, So having like the app that has everything, you can look back to last week and know exactly what you're doing, is just great. So, and while you're in that push day and you're doing your chest, you can look at like the last 4 weeks. It doesn't interrupt the workout. So you know exactly like what you did, what you need to do. You know where you're going with every workout. Like you can move them from day to day. So the app itself, like just helping me know where I'm at and what I need to do and what I did last time. And then as far as like it seems like it's something ridiculous and like it's an aspect of like just coaching and managing and in general that like I typically don't do, but like, and I never really saw value in it. But like when I send you a text or a thing and say like I did X, Y, or Z, and you're like, you should be proud of yourself, man. That's awesome. Like it is very encouraging to like have positive feedback. Because I usually, in managing my staff, I usually say like, if I'm not yelling at you, you're doing a good job, as opposed to like saying, oh, you did great, like it's really good. But like it is empowering to like hear positive reinforcement about like something you've achieved or like consistency and stuff like that.
You'd
So I
say
like.
that's helping motivate you to keep pushing. Like
Right.
that.
It's like, yeah, like, when when like, it could go one of two ways. If I'm like, oh, like I got, I increased 4 pounds on this, and you will like, you could be like only four, it's been 6 weeks. Then you'd be like, oh, damn, that's, guess I got to work hard. Right. But if you're like, oh man, that's great. You're constantly, you're like, oh, I feel great. Like, what can I do next week? Like, to me, it
Yeah.
feeds into it. It makes me want
I
to be
think
like,
remember that one time you sent me like what you squatted and I was like, come on, dude. Like you can tell.
right, right,
Yeah.
right, right.
And then you
Well,
ended
and
up
then
doing it.
that, right,
You ended up
right,
doing it. Like
right.
that
Yeah.
that next
Right,
day that came around, you ended up doing it for reps. And I was like,
right,
I told you so. So
right,
like
right,
sometimes, like we've talked about before, like you just don't realize how strong you really are because that little voice inside your head tries to tell you
right,
that you're tired, but you've only reached 40% of maximum capacity at that
right.
point, according to science.
Right.
So,
Right. And right. And like that aspect, like that it's not just positive fluff all the time. That it is like saying, like, dude, you probably could do more. I'm
right.
like, all right,
I
maybe
mean,
I
I
could
tell
do more.
myself that every day. Sometimes I don't think I push hard enough too. And so it's never linear, right? Like it's always going
Right.
to be down with the gym and so forth. So you try to make it as linear as you can.
Right. But there'll be ups and downs, right?
So, okay, last one. This is a banger. What would you say to someone who's on the fence about signing up for this program, someone who's applied, maybe has ghosted a call, someone who's taken the step to apply, but isn't so sure about if they want to work with me? What would you tell
I would, yeah, I would be, I would obviously say like if something that's in your budget, like I don't know why you wouldn't do it. Again, I've gone to the gym like for many many years prior to this. Whether the like going trying to go on consistency with friends, again downloading like other apps and stuff, and I just feel like the personal element to like whole like because your friends, yeah, for sure, you're like your friends like can sort of motivate you and say let's go Friday, let's go, but they're not going to call you on Wednesday and say how did it go, where are you at, let's whatever to do that. So to me, like the biggest part is checking in with you at the end. So I think to myself, am I going to skip Thursday and Friday? And I'm like, oh God, I can't tell this guy I didn't go. Like, why would I pay this guy to not go? So I think like the financial like investment and then like the accountability piece is huge if you want to make changes. Like if you want to not make changes, then print out a page and don't do it.
me?
But yeah,
Yeah, I
Because-
think that's a good point. The kind of having someone else to either A, celebrate your wins, or B, give you shit for not doing what you're supposed to be doing. I feel like that could definitely make a big difference in you achieving your goals. So so far, we seems like we've been achieving goals. It's only been greens you've been sending me. There's only
Yeah,
been PRs. It's only been
yeah,
points. So that's awesome. Thanks for answering all those questions. Sorry to put the pressure on you, but
yeah,
I
that's all good.
Right
All
on.
good.
Well, I'm gonna stop this recording. Let me